The train headed for Sunset City will be departing soon.
All right. That's the intro. Hi everybody,
All
welcome to
right,
Sunset
yay.
City. The Sonic podcast for the classic and the modern age. I'm Pup, and with me today is Troy Neubles
Hello, everyone.
and Gotta Be Froibles.
Hello. Welcome.
All right. Everyone's in such a
The
goody mood
one
today,
podcast where we won't mistake Daft Punk for the Power Rangers. So
What is
very
that?
excited.
Or
That's
Tony
such a
Hawk from
reference,
Mark
I don't know.
We were on stream with Emsbury, and Sam was asking her like a bunch of like questions. It's like, do you know like what this celebrity is? And she was batting 1,000 on not knowing anything. She called Shaquille O'Neal Shock. She called Tony Hawk Mark Zuckerberg. And,
from Mark Zuckerberg's Pro Skater.
yeah,
That's
from Mark
really funny.
Zuckerberg's first. And she called Daft Punk the Power Rangers.
She also
And-
thought cassette was a casket.
Oh yeah, she thought she said cassette, and I'm like, no, that's the compass. I can't believe you would say that.
That's so funny. That's not merged
Easy
without
with that one.
looking.
Easy with that one, Trey.
Oh my bad.
Podbean.
Podbean.
Okay, so it is bad? Like, I still don't know what any of that means.
Oh, the compass.
Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna stop why am I screen sharing you guys me designing a cereal box? I'm gonna stop streaming.
I don't know.
But okay, we just gotta do the housekeeping real freaking quick. So if you do have super chats, they will be read out at the end of the show. However, we will read some of the ones from last week early in today's episode. And we got we are partially funded by the patrons, particularly the ones in the Bat Enjoyer tier, who are My Great Rolls, Ven101, Aiden Fitzgerald, Stardust Chaos, Crimson Rose, Mr. SP, and KB. And one more thing I'm just going to do is I'm going to put in the pinned chat. The CB Seaballs Fund is still going. CB is way past Cool Kid. She's been in our streams plenty of times in the past. She's one of our own, and she's hit hard times. We can't have her sleeping rough, so I have pinned the GoFundMe page to help her and her family back on their feet in the chat. And yeah, with all that being said, let's get to the first of last week's super chats then, shall we?
All right.
All right.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah, fair enough. Let's do it.
Since stupid Dylan isn't here, I guess I'll go first. So, Borger. Mr. Krabs with the $1.99. Thank you, generous as ever, Mr. Krabs. Pitu, I'm going to eat your organs. Gromit, call for help. Thank you, Mr. Krabs. Franken, you got the next one? Borger.
Mr. Krabs with the $1.99 US. Also, Pit 2 is from Hunter x Hunter, by the way. Oh, okay.
All right. I love the idea that this is like a film script, and there is a point where like the narrator says, actually, Pitu is from Hunter x Hunter, by the way.
Is it Hunter x Hunter or Hunter Hunter?
Hunter by Hunter, it could be. Hunter
Biden
multiplied by Hunter.
I don't know why I said it. I'm sorry.
Hunter x Hunter Generations. Well, anyways, that's the super chats from last week. Do you guys want like 5 minutes to discuss that Nintendo Direct that I didn't watch? I know you guys don't want to talk about it.
Sure.
All right, I'm going to set a timer though, yeah? Once 5 minutes is elapsed, that's all the time you get. All right, you ready?
So Sonic Racing Crossworlds was shown. I'm kidding. That would have been
5 minutes
hilarious.
started, make it count.
Virtual Boy Nintendo Switch Online was the funniest thing out of that entire Direct. I laughed my ass off the whole way through.
I enjoyed it. I think more than other people did. I think some of the stuff that was kind of shown, like the new Yoshi's game, looks really charming. I think that's gonna be a fun time.
I think I could easily get into a game like that. It looked fun.
Yeah, it looks it looks really fun. I'm trying to think of what else.
The Pokemon. Oh yeah,
Yes.
the
Metroid motorcycle.
Metroid Prime 4. Yeah, Metroid Prime 4. You go on a motorcycle. I think I'm surprised it took like 4 games into that sub-series of Metroid for them to actually include like vehicles that you could go around on. Unless I'm mistaken.
like I know that Metroid's always been like a non-linear game, but I never really considered Metroid games to be like open world, quote unquote. There's always been like a section of areas that you explore, but like this game
Yeah.
just looks open world now. Like Metroid Prime 4 just looks open world.
It feels like one of the franchises that could easily make that jump to open world, and you wouldn't bat an eye at it.
Yeah, for sure. Oh yeah, like it was already primed for that. Ha, funny. Metroid primed for that. But
Well done, sir.
thank you, thank you. Other things, Donkey Kong Bonanza has DLC, paid DLC coming out later today. That's super sick. I'm actually very excited for that. I'm probably gonna get it next paycheck.
Cool.
And just have fun with it. I think other than that, Galaxy 2, Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 bundle thing. I thought that was a little weird because we already got Super Mario Galaxy in the 3D All-Stars collection.
Nintendo charging new game prices for old games. Love to see it.
It is $70 for both. Yeah, it's $70 for both.
Have you ever?
Yeah.
I think the only other games that I know that get re-releases on the exact same console are like old retro games from like the 90s. I didn't think
like The Last of Us.
like The Last of Us. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But I didn't think I'm assuming the exact same version of Mario Galaxy is going on the Switch, because it's not just like a Switch 2 only release. It's a Switch 1 release as well.
Yeah, I think it is a little jarring because if you already own the 3D All-Stars port, it's not like you can just get Galaxy 2, I don't think. If you can just get Galaxy 2, that would be awesome.
You can. It's like
you
40,
can.
It's 40.
It's
like,
digital and
$90,
it's 40.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I would rather it like that. Like if I just wanted to get it physically, then that's always a little bit of an issue. But
yeah, if they did like because wasn't Metroid Prime Remastered, like wasn't that $40 as a physical copy?
Yeah,
that would have been cool. That would have been. I would have been great. I mean, I would not.
Yeah.
Okay. I think it would still be kind of pushing it because I mean you got to remember these are games from the Wii, and I think the only thing
to be fair. They did charge $60 for Skyward Sword, so I would be okay with $40 for Galaxy 2.
And considering the increase in game prices, I guess it's not the worst.
Galaxy 2, that's a full game. Like that's a full ass. Like that's a good full ass game. I just wish I could get standalone physical because I own 3D All Stars.
Me too.
For the Nintendo Switch, and I already played.
I was one of the many people conned by the limited time release.
Yeah, that ended up being 2 years late.
Into the All-Stars thing as well, but
I was gonna get it anyways. That's my thing. I was gonna get it anyways. Like
it was that thing of like, as well as that, like I hadn't played these games before. I wanted to experience them. You know?
Yeah, I think for someone like
so wrong.
Is that so wrong?
For someone like you who's never experienced the games, I think there's a greater incentive to pick that up over someone like myself or Trey, who may have experienced 1, 2, or maybe all 3 of the games, and just want a more convenient way of playing it. Plus 16:9 Sunshine, which wasn't amazing when it launched, but they eventually ironed out all the issues.
They ironed out, yeah, they got proper
30
GameCube
seconds, by the way.
support too. I mean, that's all the notable stuff, really. What else was there? There was like
Pokemon. Pokemon is basically Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah, Pokemon the Ditto edition is basically.
And then Pokemon paid DLC for Legends ZA, and it has Mega Raichu X and Y. I'm gonna say this: Mega Raichu is one of my favorite, or Raichu is one of my favorite Pokemon. I think both versions look kind of ugly, but I do appreciate that they took inspiration from the scrapped Gorochu design. So I'm very mixed on it.
That is
also
time.
Also, Mario Tennis Fever has a new RPG thing. Okay, there you go. New
Golden Sun when?
I actually am very excited for that Mario Tennis game because I love the Game Boy RPG stuff, and they seem to be bringing that stuff back for the new Mario Tennis.
If you want to see more reactions, youtube.com/gottobefrank. I have all my reactions because I streamed it earlier, like before the podcast started.
If you don't want reactions, youtube.com/Trey Nobles. There's nothing there.
All right, Pup. We can continue with the show.
Yeah. Let's continue. Yeah.
Sonic time. Whee! Okay.
So Sonic time.
Okay, so yeah, we obviously we don't have a lot in terms of news for this week, if anything, really, do we? There's tiny bits of maybe there's a Fortnite thing coming, maybe there's not. But I figured on these kinds of slow news weeks, it's a great opportunity for us to do one of these little creative, I guess, episodes. That's what we're gonna. The creative, I guess, episodes is gonna be the name of the playlist that this inevitably goes in. But so last week, and I think even the week before, actually, we had different super chats. But Matt the Hedgehog last week in a super chat said, "Speaking of Rangers, any expectations for a Frontiers sequel?" And we kind of agreed that's an episode's worth of conversation, right?
Yeah, I agree.
And I think every Sonic fan probably has an abundance of ideas of what they would like to see from a Sonic Frontiers 2 kind of deal, you know? So I figured this could be an opportunity for us to kind of wax about what we'd like to see from Sonic Frontiers freaking 2, the game.
Yeah.
So,
assuming that they make a direct sequel, but yes.
Well, I wouldn't even say that. I'm just saying Frontiers 2 is a shorthand thing. This could.
Yeah, I figured that's where you were gonna go with it.
Oh, you know me and my short hands. I have very short hands. Have you seen how stumpy they are?
Okay then. All right, pup. All right.
Not very.
All right.
What's the? How is that an innuendo?
Oh, and not only did we get Fortnite stuff, we also got PUBG mobile stuff for
I saw that too, as a companion, Yeah.
There was also I don't know if there was also an outfit that was potentially leaked. Not sure how credible it is, but it's interesting. You're basically going around in a Sonic onesie.
As a British person, I freaking love PUBG.
Yeah, the G stands for grub.
I've conquered all the chippies.
I'm never gonna stop.
I knew you couldn't resist. Okay, we have fun here. Okay, right. Well, where do you want to kind of start? There's so much that could come from this conversation. I feel I've got an abundance of ideas. I'm sure you guys have, but where do you guys want to start? I mean, we're going at this from the proviso that it's probably going to be the next mainline Sonic game, and I'm guessing we're all kind of on board with it being an open zone thing, I guess.
I'm on board with it. I'm actually more on board with it now since the Sonic Frontiers Revisited, I guess, mod has been released, and that kind of was yeah, this makes sense as a follow-up to Frontiers. This is where it should kind of go. And I'm not one of those people that's the fans do it better, but you know what I mean.
And for those who don't know, Sonic Frontiers Revisited is an overhaul of or it's planned to be an overhaul of Sonic Frontiers. Currently, there's a Kronos Island demo that you could play, and it's a couple hours long. If you do have a lower end machine, don't expect it to run super well. I had problems running around the open zone because it was dropping to 15 to 20 FPS. It was disgusting to look at.
It gets pretty bad, and there's a lot of crashes too still. So
it gets bad. It gets bad when there's rain, although I did get an update that they are going to be working on that, so that is pretty cool, because I tweeted about it and I was I really want to play this, but the open zones aren't really as playable. So I will say,
go on.
Cyberspace plays so much better. I love that they added more to it. I love that they added more that makes sense. You know, it's not just we just tacked on some extra stuff at the end of it. It's no, this makes sense. You can still plot a very good path to get to the goal with the fastest possible time, and I was just loving it. I would want to just go and unlock all the cyberspace levels, because that has now become my favorite part.
It's so weird because it's that's what I thought the cyberspace was gonna be in OG Frontiers, where it's yeah. Well, my thing was okay, the open world is kind of a means to get from point A to point B, so that's why it's not filled with slopes and stuff like that, because that's going to be what cyberspace is for. Then it ended up not really being that for me. In fact, I had more fun with the open zone than I thought I would in vanilla Frontiers. But now it seems in the Revisited mod, both sides of the coin are well accounted for, and it feels great. So no complaints.
I even love I love the momentum when you roll down a hill or something. I know.
So I was very hotly anticipating Frontiers Revisited because, like, well, just, you know, I love Frontiers, but I think the game doesn't look very good and stuff like that, and Frontiers Revisited was kind of doing that. Unfortunately, I have a laptop, so, like...
So do I.
Yeah.
What really need be said, to be honest.
Yeah, Pup and I have restrictions. Pup and I have restrictions when it comes to playing the game, but if you just want to play for cyberspace, oh, it's fantastic. Like, I was not expecting to love it that much. I was like, oh my god, what is this? What year are we in?
I know.
What reality is this?
I have been chatting with the devs about it, who are all really nice people, by the way. Yeah, they are working on a patch that will make it more accessible. Like, I found, like, the game would run fine until I'd look into direct sunlight.
Or if you see, like, rain.
Sun, yeah, or rain. Rain or sun would kind of kill the game quite a bit. And, like, yeah, you don't want to experience it when it's chugging. You want to experience the best version of it. But, like, what they've done to it visually and, like, making the islands feel more diegetic, it's nothing short of brilliant. Like, I got to, like, that first tower as well, like that first of the little climb tower, not the fucking you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah,
the tower you climb.
Yeah,
the first one on Kronos Island, I got to that, and
the Tower of Power.
I was quite amazed by how much they'd done to make the platforming there just that bit more interesting as well. Like, I was so impressed by everything that I got to play. I just want to play all of it. And they've even gone as hard as, like, redoing the story as well. Like, that's crazy.
I think if I have, like, one little nitpick, I think it's the combat. I think they made all the enemies a little too spongy, you know, a little too, like, difficult to take down. Like, fights kind of drag for a long time.
Yeah, I got to the first of the towers. Why is everything a fucking tower in Sonic Frontiers? You know the one, the big drill boy that comes down before you go to Sky Sanctuary. And I was just kind of plowing away at that, and I was like, yeah, it's just taking longer, really, isn't it? Like, but I mean, still, like, great design and stuff like that. They've done an incredible job. Like, don't let me discount that for a second. Like, yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing as this thing develops. And yeah, the developers have been really communicative. They are working on, like, patches for low-end machines so that we can all experience it, which makes me very happy because I frankly can't wait. Just the fact that the platforming actually looks diegetic this time and isn't just a load of random stuff in the sky makes such a world of difference. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, he frankly can't wait, and I'm frank and I can't wait.
Yeah, totally frank today.
So there you go. That's what we want from Sonic Frontiers 2. Hope you enjoyed.
Yeah, there's your answer.
And
actually,
we will talk to you later.
If we did get a hypothetical Frontiers 2, if we did get, like, the cyberspace open zone thing, I want the cyberspace to play just like the one in Frontiers Revisited, because I don't know why everything just felt natural to do. Like, nothing felt awkward. Nothing felt like, oh, I overshot something. It's like I felt in complete control as I was playing, and that's all I ever wanted.
Here's an interesting little one. Would you want it to basically be kind of like they've built a new game on top of Frontiers 1? Like, so they've kept basically like the same overall control scheme and stuff like that, same overall engine, and then they just kind of build a new game on top of that? Or would you prefer for it to be a completely from the ground up brand new thing? I think I can predict the answer, but
I think if we want a game that's going to be similar to Frontiers, like, I know Frontiers 2 is just a shorthand for it. If we're going for something that's still Frontiers-like, or maybe Shadow Gens-like in terms of gameplay, I think
is a new genre name.
That's a new one.
Yeah,
I think I would prefer to build, like, they spent all this time working on, like, 2 different gameplay styles. I think it'd be worth their investment to, like, continue building off of it. As much as I didn't really care for it and I didn't really think it's that great of a game, there was something there. It's just the execution was nowhere near where it needed to be. And I think for traditional levels, I think Shadow Generations got it much better than Sonic Frontiers did, and I think it would be worth their time, their money, their investment, whatever, to build on top of it. I think they can get like a really fun game out of it. It just needed to be in the oven a little longer.
Yeah,
Personally,
and like
I think. Yeah, go on. Sorry, Trey.
I was gonna say, like, I think if we're doing a Frontiers 2 shorthand, obviously, but like if that's gonna be the goal, then like I think building on top of what's already there is a no-brainer. But I think they should build on top of Shadow Gens. They should have
Absolutely.
Shadow Gens be the foundation rather than Frontiers 1, because I feel like Shadow Gens already fixed a lot of issues that I had with Frontiers 1, especially in terms of like air control in particular, where you can like actually like control your shit and jump and like actually spin in a circle without it seeming like it's a Castlevania jump almost, where like there's a wide turn whenever you jump,
and then you're committed to that jump or something.
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
say this: if they do, bring back the homing dash. I want to see something like tech in the game that like would be kind of difficult to pull off, but for speedrunners would just be so much fun. Or even more casual players who would just want to try to get a little bit better. I would love to see some stuff like that.
Yeah,
and
like Shadow Gens
like,
also has its own fair share of exploits that were pretty fun to pull off.
Shadow Gens just needed to I just needed controls to be rebind on console, and I would have been in there.
So I'm going to be Mr. Controversial for a second. I'm going to go ahead and say I would actually really appreciate if they would build the game from the ground up, like brand new Sonic control set as well, because I feel like you've got one of those things where like the origin of this overall is that it's Kishimoto's engine that they've built off of, from Colors to Forces to Frontiers, and then they opted to do the same for Shadow Generations. But there are definitely quirks with that engine which you can band-aid, and they have put band-aids on these things. But I would just like a gameplay engine that from the jump has physics that makes sense, and I would like it for Sonic to... Because it feels to me like sometimes the more you try to build on top of an old version, reverse engineer it into something better, sometimes the more nonsense you can get out of it. For example, like, yes, Frontiers does control better than Forces, but there's so much nonsense that just comes up in that game. And I think it would be great to just get a fresh slate where the gameplay style is designed for the levels you're going to be in, and vice versa. Like, so you're not just inheriting something else. They can actually do something that is a singular vision. I personally would prefer that. I'm not entirely against them repurposing the old one, but I would still prefer something brand new. Because, I mean, like, look at Sonic Dream Team. That's brand new. Like, the movement tech in that game is brand new. And while I would still say that Shadow Generations is the better overall game, Sonic Dream Team has better on-ground movement tech. Like, in terms of, like, just how Sonic approaches physics and stuff like that. He cannot just walk up any terrain and any slope and any surface. And rather than slide back down things, like he's almost kind of being just pushed back by gravity, he runs back down it. If there's a hill that he can't make it up, he will just run back down it, rather like he did in the classics, rather than that little slide bullshit that he does in the mainline engines and stuff. And I would love it if they would use maybe the ground movement of Dream Team, but then pair it with kind of the combat of Frontiers. But even then, I would like the combat to be quite overhauled as well, so that chaining combos does damage in greater numbers, rather than just whichever move you choose to use, basically.
I would also want the if we do go that route, I would also like the parry to actually mean something, as opposed to just, oh, you can hold it for like 45 seconds, and I don't mean the perfect parry that they tried doing in Final Horizon. Ridiculous. I think that was just that's just the dumbest thing I've seen.
Or like an actual parry, like in Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance or something, or like
I mean, also in I'm gonna admit this real quick. Like, when it comes to like parries, like in Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, and what's the other game that I tried parrying and it failed at a bunch of stuff? Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. I think those might be a little too inaccessible for the Sonic audience, if you get me. Like, because I certainly struggle with those.
I think people can get
perfect.
I think they can. I believe they can adjust to like a Breath of the Wild parry. Like,
I would say
it still requires a bit of timing for it, and then once you do, you get an opening for an attack. I think that's kind of cool.
And like, cool too. It's just,
also,
I think... the perfect
Like-
parry. Sorry, just if I may, just quickly, just get this.
No, go ahead.
Would-
Go ahead. Yeah.
Medium mode Final Horizon Frontiers, where it gave you like 1 second, I actually thought was enough.
That's fair. That's a
I get what you
reasonable
mean.
amount. Like the few frames that you get in like hard mode, I think that was just unreasonable.
Yeah,
And
but like 1 second is
say
actually
skill
okay.
issue all you want, but that's unreasonable. I don't know another game where if you do a parry with only a few frames, that is your normal parry. Usually that's some kind of extra thing that you get out of it. But
Well, if it were
for
done
to be
with
like
that in mind, like as well, because the problem with Frontiers is obviously the enemies have these massive wind-up animations, and then there isn't like a
Yeah.
tell of when the attack's going to hit. So the idea is you're supposed
So
to start
telegraphed.
holding parry
Yeah.
down while they're winding it up. Like the bosses weren't designed for that. Whereas like if you look at something like Shadow Generations' Metal Overlord boss, there's a point where he starts striking out with his tail. And he has a flash to communicate to you, jump now. Now. You need to do this right now.
Yeah.
That's when to press
Yeah.
the button. Shadow Generations has that. Frontiers does not. And so it doesn't really
Yeah.
work with that frame perfect parry. If they had something like a final tell and a clear communicator, yeah, I think that would work. But yeah, in the case of Final Horizon, it just wasn't designed for what they were trying to do with it.
Yeah. Yeah, I will say this though, like I get the accessibility angle when it comes to this, but like I think that's where like the difficulty stuff can like come into play, because even like Frontiers had like easy, normal, and hard. So like that, I think like for the hardest things, like that's the way it should be played. But I will also say too, kids do crazy shit in like Fortnite and play like Guitar Hero on Expert at like 9 years
Oh,
old.
yeah.
I feel like kids are gonna be fine. The only accessible
not-
argument is for like people like us who don't have time to
Or
learn
people
all
like-
the tech. Yeah.
or people who don't
people
exactly
maybe-
have like
dexterity.
physical disabilities or some kind of dexterity.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
Um,
Physical disabilities. Which there's always a will, you know, like people.
Like
Which
Sonic has
I
always
will
been
say-
kind of like a for everyone kind of thing, which is why Babylon Garden isn't peak, by the way.
I will
this.
Battling Artist Peak. Anyway, I actually do want to add one more thing to the parry. Say you don't get a successful parry with the right timing.
Mhm.
Why not add a block as well? Something that it won't
Or
knock out like a
dodge.
bunch of rings. It won't knock out a
Yeah.
bunch of rings from you. It'll maybe knock out maybe half of them or a quarter of them. You know, something that's not overly punishing. So when you do get hit, but you're trying to do the parry, but you miss the timing for it, you still get a successful block or something.
Yeah, I think that works. Like, so you can protect yourself from it. You just don't get that opportunity to do like a grand slam.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and
like,
you might lose. You
yeah.
might lose like maybe a third of the rings or something. Something that's like it kind of lets you know, hey, the timing's there. You're just not there yet.
Yeah.
You have to be good at the
Or it could be
freaking
like in
game.
Smash Brothers, where if you press the block button, perfectly, that's the parry. But it's still a block button. Like it's the same button as the block.
Yeah.
But if you time it, it works as a parry, basically. You know what I mean? Is that making sense?
No, I know exactly what you're getting at. Yeah. Yeah, like I think like we're on the money with kind of the parry idea. I would also like it if like more of Sonic's like ground traversal could be implemented into combat. Like I loved the Psy loop in Sonic Frontiers. I thought that was a really cool idea.
Yeah.
And I would like another Psy loop effectively. That would make me very happy. And I think a way to do it would be, rather than a full-on Psy loop, have something that works effectively the same as like a Psy loop. But have it as like a wind loop in a way. So like he's got a little wind streak behind him when you hold down a button. But given that Frontiers got like turning down really well, I'd love it if you could actually physically manually run tornadoes around enemies. So like if you ran around in a little
that'd be
circle
cool.
while
That's
pressing
some Mario
a button,
Brothers Z shit, and I'm all for it.
a tornado like appears, and like you can make a big one around enemies that like stuns them up in the air, and then you could even have it so that maybe you need to get to like a high up space, but there's no way of getting up there, but you've got some enemies, you run a tornado around them that rises them up in the air, and you homing attack your way up to where you need to get to. That could be some really
Ooh, I
cool
like that.
movement tech. Stuff
like that.
that.
Yep.
And I think it would be cool if like that Phantom Rush move was more like a default move, because I just look at that move and I'm like, that is how Sonic would fight. Like, go hog wild with these animations. Don't just have him punch. Have him, like, throw a punch, flip around to the other side of an enemy, like throw a fucking pie at them or something. Like, just have him just go ham and make an absolute mockery of his enemies. And I love the idea that maybe you could use the environment against them. Like, maybe there's a big rock structure nearby, and, like, you can homing attack that and it will collapse on the enemies.
I think on the topic, or since you are talking about, like, the that phantom attack and, like, some of the other possible moves you could do, one thing I would want to change are the bosses. Like, if we ever do, like, Titan fights again, I want their power to be scaled up to whatever the player is at. It doesn't have to be exact. It could be, like, a little lower, but I kind of want the difficulty to come from the moves that they have, rather than, you know, oh, you're overpowering them because you're max level or you're much higher level than you should be, and you're just taking them out in just a couple seconds. I kind of want the difficulty to come from, like, being able to like notice their pattern, notice what move they're going for, and it kind of sounds like it would make the fights last about the time as, like, something like a Sonic Superstars fight. But I think in 3D, and especially if you want combat in this game, it would make more sense to do that, because then you can have it be an actual spectacle, as opposed to, oh, I stomped and that's the strongest move I have, and I've just deleted this entire enemy because they never accounted for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
I will say, I don't, in terms of the importance of Supersonic, that's going to be an interesting conversation going forward, because Supersonic was, like, a real pillar in the appeal of Frontiers. Like, I feel like if the Supersonic boss fights weren't in Frontiers, I feel like people would not like the game as much. That's just me. But, like, I remember the first time I encountered, like, the Titan boss fight, you heard that sick-ass music, like, playing as you turned into Supersonic. Like, that brought tears to my eyes. I was like, yes, dude, back. You know, like,
I always say, everyone remembers where they were when they first fought Giganto.
Yeah, like, legit. I mean, that's the thing, though. That I feel like that, and I feel like Xiao Jin's did a good job of still maintaining the importance and the fun and the hype of boss fights without it. But, like, the bar is kind of high and spectacle in that aspect. You know, like, it's very, like, it's going to be an uphill battle, I feel like, for Sonic Team to kind of, like, take into consideration for the next game, if they decide to go with the Frontiers, like, formula, you know.
I think at the end of the day as well, you can make the bosses last longer as long as the player feels like they're actually making a difference to it, you know. The problem with, like, say, Superstars is, like, you'll be just, like, bumping off of this boss with no player feedback, but it's like, if you're let's say you tripled Giganto's HP. Like, you'd still feel like you're doing something because he's flinching, it's making those lovely crunchy sounds. I will say, if they're gonna have us fight giant mechs again, I would love it if they could have damaged states. So, like, say Sonic punches a giant mech in the teeth, you can actually see its teeth fly out, and, like, you can see it getting progressively more damaged as it goes.
They might not do the teeth getting knocked out, but I do like where this is going.
In the case of Doom Eternal, which is a way different game, way gorier. But, like, hear me out on this. There is damage indicators where the armor falls off of, like, demons. I feel like if, like, let's say like, obviously you don't have to, like, punch someone's teeth down or, like, it's blood. I know what you mean, but, like, it's like, but if you just make it to where
imagine Giganto.
Yeah,
like 90% of the time, like, you're punching him on the teeth. If you just shred both sides, it'd be great.
That you take out, like, say, like, you damage a body part more than enough, it can't use that body part. So maybe add something to where, like, it has to change up its moveset depending on the body part that you hit.
Even, like, the Egg Golem fight from Sonic Adventure 2, where you saw, like, the circuitry whenever you beat him up more. You know, like, that would be cool, you know? I think that'd be nice.
Now, I know that we're kind of in an era right now where characters get brought back for any given reason and stuff, but I think now that we've got this really cool combat system, I want some character battles back. Like, character battles are something that Sonic very rarely...
from Simpsons.
Yeah. Hi guys, you want some boss battles in your Sonic? I think the boss battles, like, character fights have Okay, settle down, guys.
All right, children, come on.
Character battles have so much potential, I think. Like,
For sure.
and they have never been done right, really, in Sonic
Well,
before. I think they did them well in
Mephiles.
Generations, but Mephiles, like, with...
Shadow Gens with Mephiles, he
Well,
ended
now
up
let's-
turning into like a bigger thing at the end. But you know what I mean? Like that
Well, let's pair
still was a
that
great
with...
boss fight. Yeah.
Let's pair that with kind of the combat of Frontiers, make it so that he can parry you, you can parry him, and you can just turn it into this beautiful dance of these two little characters together. Kind of like the ninja fights, or like how they evolve in Sonic Frontiers. They feel like a blueprint for a character boss fight, but like fill them with fun stakes, bit of banter, bit of back and forth. I love the idea that maybe you could have like a Blaze the Cat fight or something for like, let's say they're just fighting... For whatever reason, maybe there's like a mind control thing, and she can like shoot fire out at you, and then like she could set fire to the ground, but like Sonic could like run up a wall and then run on the ceiling and summon a little tornado from the ceiling down on her, and it puts her out, and then you could attack her. Like that could be so cool. Or you could interact with like I like the idea of combining like environmental stuff with the combat as well, and like that. There's a move from the Insomniac Spider-Man games, which I think would do really well in a Sonic game, is like, in Frontiers, you notice how like the quick step also works in air as well, and it's like a little somersault?
Yeah.
I say just bring back the somersault, put it on one button, make it so that the direction is influenced by where you're at on the thumbstick, and make it so if you somersault onto a wall, you can spring off of that wall and then pounce on the enemy from the wall. So you could do like a sort of a zigzag attack, sneak up from behind. I think it would be just really cool if like we could factor in the verticality of Sonic into the combat, how this is a guy who's so fast he can run up a wall, leap off of it, and then attack an enemy for more hits and stuff like that. I think that would be such a cool way to approach the combat.
I completely agree. Like having
And still
more
have supersonic fights as well. Sorry, go on.
I would like supersonic fights still, but I don't know if they should be as frequent as they were in Frontiers.
Save them for like the final stretch of the game. It's got to be more special.
Yeah, well, I think if they're really terrified about the whole like what is it? Like power scaling thing, because a lot of people were like, oh, they don't bring back hypersonic because of power scaling or whatever. If they're really terrified of that, then it's like, okay, just make supersonic base more special in the next game. Like make it seem like an actual like spectacle, I guess.
You know what I think would be really cool? Is if like maybe you just backloaded a lot of supersonic action. Like typically you go supersonic for the final boss lasts you about 5 minutes and then you're done. Have it so that maybe like the final like 40 minutes of the game, if we're going to commit to these being long games and stuff, has you as supersonic fighting just hordes and hordes of different enemies, and like you could have like a chase above like the entire open world, because something I thought was so cool about like Ares Island is how big the island feels. But when you're fighting the Wyvern, you loop around that thing several times. Like it's like nothing.
That was a great spectacle. I thought that was one of the coolest visuals, because it's like, yeah, you were just down there, now you look like an ant compared to like this massive thing that you're fighting. Like that's cool.
And they tried to do a similar thing with the Supreme as well. In when he like gets up and floats around, like he is going to other ends of the island and stuff, but you just don't feel it the same because the camera's so fucking zoomed out it doesn't even matter. But like more kind of chase-based stuff. Like you could have chases between like Sonic and other characters that span across an entire open world or open zone, whichever direction that they want to take it. Like maybe you're fighting against Metal Sonic and you have to chase him all over the island, and then like maybe he's jetting up into the air and stuff, so you have to find like a ramp or something to launch up into, and then like I definitely want more momentum-y stuff in the ground traversal. Like I'm not gonna be mad if they do stick with like a boosty gameplay style, as long as it's good. I don't really mind that much, but at the same time, I would like them to incorporate more momentum, because I can just see so much potential in this open world, open zone thing with momentum. It just would make so much sense to me, I think.
Just give us some ramps. Just give us some ramps to run on. That's it. Like nothing crazy. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just give us some ramps.
I'd be fine with if they did though. Like, honest to goodness, like, yeah, like I mean, ramps is cool. Like, they already kind of made the first few steps towards making things a bit more momentum-based in Update 2. But I would like a true momentum Sonic game. You can still have a boost in there. It could be that maybe you're just using it to far lesser capacity, like Sonic Colors, or it could be that maybe it's more like a Speed Shoes power-up, which is an idea I've had for quite a while. But one thing I think would be really great as well is obviously I think we all kind of want a more diversified sort of world for Sonic to explore.
Yeah, bring back some cities. I would love a city level again. I think those are sick. I would love.
I think for world building, I would love to see actual characters in the city, even if there's just NPCs. I would like to actually see that. Or maybe you find some that are like or some of them that are like, say if you have an island that's similar to Kronos, where it's like kind of like a forest, kind of woods, plains, or whatever you want to call it. Like have some that are like going hiking or whatever. It doesn't add a whole lot to like the plot, but it kind of makes the world feel more lived in. And I understand this is more just a place for the ancients, but if we don't have to stick to just it has to be Starfall Islands, it needs to be ancients. Like if we don't have to stick to that, I want a world that's more lived in. Please
do not do the Starfall Islands again.
Yeah, no, that felt way too empty. I don't want to talk to the Coco. I'm done thinking about the Coco.
You're done thinking about the Coco, Amy? Well, let's go then.
Yeah, I'm in love with the Coco.
I'm in love.
I'm in love with the Coco. Anyways,
I don't know if we could. Podbean, we're sorry about that one.
No, that's not.
What is it? That does
that
mean?
It's just a song. It's just a song. That's it. It's just a song.
Is Frank
it's nothing
being
bad.
woke again? For God's sake, Frank.
The one friend that's too woke. The one person that isn't white in this fucking episode.
Sorry, in this episode. I think you mean in this podcast at this point.
I hate how true that is.
Yeah, can't believe
you guys aren't doing. My Caucasian friends, you guys are not doing yourselves any favors.
Mm-hmm. Oh my lord, that's funny.
I have no excuse, to be honest. I think I might just be a bad person.
I think I might just be a bad person.
I think I might just be bad. You never know. On behalf of all English people, I am sorry.
Oh, good.
Okay.
Whatever.
Where were we? Where freaking
were we? That was really funny.
I'm making a spoon in Blender right now as we speak. I'm
playing Hollow Knight. Super fun. Nice game.
We're all distracted. This is great.
Yeah. I was gonna so is that something that's kind of worth getting into? Because I do have it on Steam, and I have Game Pass on Xbox, and I'm planning on I might play Silksong, but I'm not sure.
I'll say this: play Hollow Knight first. It's still a fantastic game. Silksong, I think, is like significantly more difficult. Like it assumes you've already played the first game.
Coffee.
So it'd be like the lost levels to like Hollow Knight's Super Mario Brothers.
Yeah, except this game's good. Except Silksong's
good. Yeah, that's true.
Silksong's a good game.
I love Mario games. Grew up with them. Played them my entire life. Lost levels is not great. It's got some good levels though, but some of it, the game is just altogether.
If it's
hell
got
no.
Good levels, why is it not called Super Mario Brothers: The Good Levels?
The found
because it has a lot of bad levels.
Oh. Well,
but
I mean, the levels are solid. It's just the difficulty is just much higher than you would expect it.
But yeah, I mean, back to Frontiers. Yeah, I mean, I think that's pretty much it. Also, this is just me. Get away.
Get away.
The OS.
That's my idea.
just leave. Just leave. No. My idea. I do like the soundtrack for Frontiers. I really think, though, if we're looking for more variety in the open zones, make the soundtrack based on the environment you're in rather than what gameplay style you're in.
Ooh, I like where you're going with this.
But I would also say, give me an adaptive soundtrack as well. Like if you've ever heard like Sonic Guitar's cover of like of Kronos Island, and like how it gets more active. Like, you've got a bit more of the guitar and a bit more of the drums. And I think he pitched it as, like, an adaptive soundtrack idea. I love that idea. Like, adaptive soundtrack that gets a bit more rock-inclined. The more Sonic is running around and stuff could be really fun.
Yeah,
I was going to say, go the Mario 64 route with, like, Dire Dire Docks, where, like, the instruments change depending on what part of the open world you're in. Like if you're on if you're in the water, you know, you don't get a lot of the percussion. It's a little more like
It's subdued and kind of like muffled a little bit, but yeah.
and then when you get on the ground, you can start hearing it a little bit. You hear it a bit more because it kind of resembles, you know, you're just like running around and stuff. And I think that's awesome. I feel like a Sonic open zone could really benefit from something like that.
Yeah, or even like another example is like a game like Astral Chain. I don't know if y'all have played that.
I own it and I have not played it, and I've owned it for a very long time. I need to get it. I know it's in my backlog. I have so many games in my backlog.
It's good, and it has a fantastic adaptive soundtrack. Like fantastic adaptive soundtrack. Basically, how it works with that game is that it's basically very binary in how they do it. You have like a overall theme of the level, but then once you enter into combat, it like transitions into being that same thing but more intense. But it just hits.
Ooh.
It's so good.
I
And,
like that.
So like that's the thing, especially with something like Frontiers, where it's combat based in the open world. Instead of it having a hard cut on the main theme of the zone or of the open zone, and then cutting to a different song for like the Guardians, for example, because that's what they do. They just kind of like they kind of sever the track as it is, fade into a new song, and then after that song's done, it fades back into the open world track. Make the open world track part of the combat like ethos, like add drums and guitar to it whenever you start entering into combat, or even like adding like some percussion when you boost and run fast, you know, like
or if you go through like a large boss, make it a little orchestral. Or actually, no, maybe if it's like the boss of that area, like the
like an Azura or something. Yeah.
I do also have some stupidly ambitious ideas as well.
Before we do, Trey, I love the idea you were saying, like of like having music based on the area you're in. I'd also like to see some genre, like, you know, different genres in it. Like if you're in a more urban area, you know, have something a bit more inspired by like hip hop or something, or maybe like that would be amazing.
Like that, like I finished the script to my video finally, and I've been working on it.
Hell yeah!
And one of the biggest sections of it is environmental and level based themes and gameplay based themes. And I feel like they started doing the gameplay based themes with Forces, because Sonic had his own kind of like sound. Avatar had its own kind of sound.
I covered a similar thing in my video on like Sonic music that I did at one point.
Like you have more rock inspired stuff for like for modern Sonic. For the Avatar, you have like what is it, vocal themes.
For classic Sonic.
And then for classic, it's the
machine
thing. And like and pop, like, yeah, I did see that. And I felt like you made some great points within your video. That part of my script has been written like 5 months ago. So like, it was
I'm not
one
trying
of
to make
those
any accusations. A good point's a good point.
Okay, fair enough.
Day, right?
Yeah, I mean, people come to the same conclusions. There's only so many ways to make a sandwich, and so it's like it
freaking stole my idea of music objectivity.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely.
OZ Productions is saying, like, doesn't Devil May Cry add lyrics if you get a high enough combo? What about,
that's true.
You know, more things, like introducing more stuff, like the better you're doing in the combat.
Yeah, like it's also like a legit like combo meter that actually gives you like letters as you're doing combos and stuff too, like a Devil May Cry.
Yeah, something that has actual meaning, as opposed to like, oh, you get this high enough combo, you fill up a meter, now you can do your Phantom Strike thing, whatever it's called. Never knew
which
the name
that's still a good incentive to keep the combo going. I won't lie, but like
Strider move.
Give me more. I think like a city urban environment, maybe like some concrete jungle type of stuff. But
I have quite a big idea here. I would like.
What about
different
Phantom Strike combos? Instead of just the usual punches and kicks, maybe you just do a thing where you're spinning constantly and they're just like bouncing around like the parts that you're hitting.
I was thinking, yeah, I mean, that's a cool idea. I was just thinking kind of in a similar vein to what Trey was just saying. I would like them to return to kind of the Sonic Adventure style of like, rather than it being like a big open area where you've got thrones that tell you
going there.
Cyberspace is in there. Have it so that you actually go to a place and you can like enter a building and that's where the level is. I'd love it if like we had like a big open city area, and maybe one end of it is the casino district. You enter one of the buildings, and then you're on a casino level. So rather than these being just cyberspace and being any theme and just being obstacle courses effectively, make them so that they are extensions of the actual level. You could have a part of the open zone where it's a theme park, and you could enter the queue for the roller coaster, and then you've got a platforming level styled like that roller coaster. Stuff like that.
You got asteroid
I think
coaster.
would be really fun. Yeah, you could
Like
have,
that,
like,
like-
basically, you know, you walk through...
I
like,
love that
you queue up
opening
for the
segment
indoor
for Asteroid.
coaster, and you get asteroid coaster, effectively.
I've always said,
I love that opening segment. I thought that was really cool. I wish they did more with it in colors.
I've always said that my ideal like adventure remake would just be to have Sonic Adventure as it is, but just make it more open. Just make it an open world. Basically, meaning like
an adventure game.
Basically,
Go for it.
like what I'm saying in the context of this remake is that instead of it loading into Emerald Coast, like Emerald Coast is already loaded in. You just walk up to the entrance, and boom, you're there.
I like
you know?
that.
Same
And
with
it could
like
be that maybe like the
know,
music changes and like maybe a timer appears.
Yes,
Like,
yes,
basically
exactly.
saying where your time is at.
Like-
that could be really fun.
Oh.
Like you know, like Bowser's Fury.
And then
how they
you
did
go through
that?
the elevator, and then like bam, speed highway.
I mean,
Yes.
everything they're doing with like the crossworld feature and also like the inter-level transitions in Shadow Generations, I'd imagine that's something they surely might be looking into.
Oh my
but
God.
I don't know if they
That's
would
what
go
I'm
so serious,
saying. That's
would be
what I'm
great.
saying.
Trey, imagine this: like it all being seamless. You go through, you go down or you go up or down the elevator, whichever way, up and down, all around, doesn't matter. You go to speed highway. You finish it in the At Dawn section. I'm not making an At Dawn joke. And as you exit, you're coming out of that other area in Station Square, where it all feels like one seamless world. That's such a cool idea.
That's
You know what
that's
else?
what I've always wanted. Is like
Oh my God!
because this is like, and that's why I really want. That's why I really wanted Frontiers to be. Whenever I first heard of the idea of an open world Sonic game, I'm like, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
Open zone.
adventure, but everything is seamless. Everything's diegetic. Everything makes sense, but it's still a Sonic world. Like it's still Sonic's like world that he lives in, and it's like
But it's
but it just seems bigger than what it is. You know, it's like it's cool.
But instead we
we're
got-
just being two roads. It's like it's a big thing. You know. Anyway,
It would
instead
also
we got
be-
Mario Sunshine.
yeah.
Very ambitious, but it would be awesome if we could get like side stories like in Yakuza as well. And that would be a chance to just bring in some other Sonic characters and stuff. You could have like Sonic just doing odd jobs like get groceries and stuff for someone who lives
And you can-
across
you
the
can have
street.
get groceries for Amy. Yeah, exactly. Or like
or like delivering pizzas or
Wow.
something.
getting a random NPC's balloon.
I mean, yeah,
Well,
just go
it's
full
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
no, like
too.
legit.
But,
Like I always
imagine-
say that. Like, oh, go on ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, imagine if like you could find like a jet NPC just hanging around, and he's just like, "Hey, I was gonna do like an extreme gear race. You want to do some boarding, but you've got flying
Oh
extreme
my
gears."
God.
And then these suddenly like big rings appear in the sky, and it's a bit like the speedways from the Spyro games, but you're doing it above the open zone.
Thank
Like-
God you said Spyro. I was about to freak out. I was like, oh God, it's Superman 64.
Nah, Spyro Speedways. Do the Speedway
There's no
thing,
time to
but
wait.
with extreme gear, and have it so that, like, you're racing against another NPC. And just make it so that you're just on these hoverboards and stuff, and it's like, whoever can do the most tricks wins and stuff. So he's just giving you little challenges as you meet him around the place and stuff. Kind of do, like, the Batman Arkham thing of these characters just kind of could regularly occur just to do little sub-stories and stuff with you.
So
And maybe some
I
of
wanna
these
throw-
sub-stories could be exclusive to other characters. Sorry, go ahead, Frank.
I want to throw one more thing into that. You know how you're saying like you just be racing. Say you have like a jet NPC and you'd race him. Why not do a full thing where it's like, oh, it's 7 other NPCs that want to race you. It's not just Jet. And like, it would be another way to be like, hey, you have this Frontiers avatar creator idea that you seem to want to include in your games, whether it's through IDW or well, I know I said games, but you want to introduce it through the series through IDW Comics or Sonic Racing Crossroads. Let's actually include them in the games. Yeah, you'd have to come up with a bunch of designs, but that's okay. Come up with those designs and add them and make the world feel lived in.
Imagine...
You know what would be so? This is going to be kind of controversial, but bear with me. I think it would be very cool.
2 worlds.
if there was two worlds, one family. But I feel like it would be very cool if they brought back the avatars from Forces as your
Yeah.
online NPC or as your online character. So let's say you're online with people. There's like a lobby of people, like in Fantasy Star or something, and like it's your
I like that.
avatar hanging out with people there, and you can go through like on missions strictly for the online mode, and it's almost like a little mini MMO or something. That would be fun.
Dude, that's so cool. Oh, imagine like you can get like, oh hey, there's 7 other people around. Let's all race. Let's all get on an extreme
Yeah,
gear.
let's go to it. Let's go
I
to
mean,
Emerald Coast and walk there, and then just race as soon as we get onto Emerald Coast or something. Like that would be
I mean,
baller.
I wouldn't want it to be like fully in like a full like very complex like race mode, because you kind of
Sure.
defeat the purpose of like your racing games. But even if you have something that's somewhat similar or somewhat resembles it, I think that would still be fun. Like you could get people really involved in that game.
I also
Absolutely.
just was thinking, another thing I would definitely like to see is the return of the elemental shields, because I feel like in an open zone context, these could be used in such a unique way. You could have an area where maybe the place is underwater, but you can get like a bubble shield. But those bubble shields and stuff can also give you different combat advantages, so that if you're fighting like a sea-themed badnik or something, you'll tear away at their health quicker if you've got the bubble shield, or it's got a special move that you can only do with the bubble shield. Maybe it replaces one of your other combos. You could have the fire shield as well for like if you're in like a lava or volcanic area, but it could also be great for, again, tearing away more health, have exclusive combos and stuff that you can't do without it. Like I think, you know, the sky is the limit on if you wanted to add like power-ups to a combat-based open zone Sonic game.
Yeah, or
I would be down for the shields. So here's the thing: I would not use like a bounce bracelet kind of move like as a default, because I would want that for the bubble shield. Say you're fighting an enemy on land and you have the bubble shield on you, and make it so that way you can bounce off of them. So that way, if you need to create a little bit of space, you could do that.
I think the stomp bounce that they've established in Frontiers already is honestly the ideal way to go, and then maybe you could make it so the bubble shield gives you the bounce,
like
Sonic
more height.
the traditional bounce,
the traditional bounce where it's much quicker and stuff. Because I think the stomp bounce or the stomp like is a really smart idea, because it does mean that you can cut your speed immediately if you need to. It just requires that little bit of extra input. But I'm going to say this, get rid of auto brake. That was something that was in Frontiers 1. They did thankfully get rid of that in Shadow Generations. But like it was like you could get rid of it in Frontiers as well, but like it was never tuned quite right for that game, whereas in Shadow Generations they tuned it better. Just no auto brake. I don't like it when Sonic can just stop on a dime just because I let go of the controller.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing. Oh, go on ahead, Frank.
Charles Champ has a good idea for like the bubble shield. Like, give it where it has obvious like weaknesses. So if you have the bubble shield, if you fight anything that has like a very sharp enough weapon, you know, it could potentially pop it. Say if you fight an enemy with the fire shield and they have like some kind of wind-based attack or something, it could potentially like slowly kill off the fire shield and so on and so forth. I feel like those would be cool things to include, because it also forces you to really think like, oh, should I really go with the bubble shield? Should I go with shield? Or
it forces.
But then
anyways, I'm sorry.
I was wondering where you were going with that. I completely forget.
It forces. Guys, this is a reference? No.
It frontiers you to me. It frontiers you to think about what shield you're using.
Yeah, is this podcast written by Ian Flynn? That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy.
No Flynn is a win.
No Flynn is a win. Yeah, no, I'm in agreement. I'm like, my biggest thing is that, so in the case of Sega, I think they made the open world aspect of it because it is the most, you can spend the most time within an open world game. It's like the time spent and the work required, the ratio is like lopsided. You spend more time in it than I think like working on it, if that makes sense. Because you don't have to.
I mean, yeah,
you don't have to design individual levels. You design one big world to explore, and
because you're going to be making use of it, you're going to be backtracking quite a bit as well. Like
exactly.
The idea is that it's also fun to backtrack because you enjoy playing as Sonic. Whereas, like, I think the thing is, if you just do the A to B style levels, Like the whole idea is you're meant to do them as quickly as you can. But the quicker you do them, the less time you're actually going to start spending playing the game. And that's where you have an issue like with Forces, where it's like, okay, I think I've maximized this pretty quickly. Where to now? You know, like, you're kind of done with it. Whereas with a game like Frontiers, I mean, I know not everyone enjoys it as much as I do, but sometimes I enjoy just getting that game up and doing nothing. Just thinking like, hey, there's a cliff over there. You know, like, just...
It's like
is a novelty.
It's like when I played Grand Theft Auto 5, just get in a car and just drive around. You know?
Yeah.
You just go and find stuff and just chill, relax, or have some random fun.
I think if you want to get like players invested in playing longer than like just 20 hours or something, I think something like an online mode where it takes advantage of the open world and you can play with friends, because there's that multiplayer mod for Frontiers that's super cool. I think doing something like that like would definitely bring some longevity to the game, and people even years from now could be like, oh yeah, that was a fun time, like let's boot it back up. Like that's what I do with like Phantasy Star Online 2 sometimes, you know. I don't even play that game that much anymore, but like there's times where I boot it up and I'm like, yeah, I still like to run away. Yeah.
You could also have races where it kind of works like the Ultimate Spider-Man game, where you're up against like Johnny Storm in the races. Because like, you kind of wonder, how would you do a race in like such an open setting where you have individual goals that you have to get to and stuff? Like you could do that kind of thing, and you could play online against other people. So it's like, hey, I've gone to this location here. There's a speed challenge. So it shows you what route you need to take in order to get to the finish line, making the race that bit more intense. And I think that's also where, if you bring it a bit more back to momentum, I think you could really get crazy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
I still think the boost can be a component, but like maybe make boost exclusive to one of the shields.
Have a boost shield or something. Yeah, I mean they used to do that with,
the
like,
boost is destructive, but once the meters run out, it's run out until you find another boost shield.
Yeah.
All I have to say is, mama.
I don't know what this means either.
Okay, so it's just us being like, we're saying momentum, but like it's the SpongeBob like Mermaid Man thing where it's like mama.
Yeah, well,
like that's what we're doing.
The hair slinging, the trash bringing, the. I don't know why I made SpongeBob sound so old, but like yeah.
The hair swinging, the hair swinging. Yeah, no.
Sit down, Patrick. I'm going to tell you all about my youth.
I am curious, though. Like, let's say they go the open zone thing. I don't think they can use the Ancients again.
No,
just because like that seems to be a book closed, and we kind of got all that we need to do from them.
The Frontiers story. Like
if,
the best thing.
If we ever refer to the Ancients again, most likely it would, since they kind of did. Hint at it a couple times when it came to Knuckles. I think he would be the only one that would have to like invoke their names or something.
Well,
but that's it.
Something I'm very interested in is kind of just like how they can build more world building into like the general games and stuff like that. So that rather than just have like, oh, here's a Tails level or whatever for the sake of it, you could build it into kind of like the plot. I think it would be cool if Sonic had like a mailbox somewhere. And in that mailbox, he gets a postcard from, like, Tails or something, who's off on his adventures. And if you open that postcard, you get a Tails level, where you're basically playing out the little story that Tails is telling you. So he could be telling you about the time that he fought against Wendy Witchcart while he's on his travels, and you're playing it. Like, you're actually getting to experience that yourself. And he's like narrating it basically. So these are completely optional little side quests, but it's a treat that like as you progress through the game, you get more postcards. You open up like a little postcard menu, and every time you click on one of those postcards, you boot up a little adventure with one of those characters.
Yeah,
that way you could pay off the whole. That way you could pay off the whole, oh, they're going on their separate ways thing, without having them be absent from the game entirely.
Yeah, I think that's another thing too. If whether or not they're gonna like, I guess like double down on the whole like everyone going their separate ways thing at the end of Frontiers.
I don't take it for granted, but I want it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it is weird to say, because it could be a case where it's like, yeah, they already went their separate ways, but now they're back together for another adventure. So it's like, okay, you know, like that probably is what's going to happen. And I'm down for that. I'm fine with it. I want Sonic's stupid friends in the games.
I don't know. I think Sonic 4's got a good idea.
Yeah.
They should have a countdown revealing all the friends that aren't in it again. That would be great.
They should have a countdown revealing all the friends that are in it. I think that'd be funny. Where it's like the inverse, and like you have to like, and they have to be like, oh, like is this? It's like everyone's here, you know, like Smash Brothers or something.
Now, if they wanted to get like, ideally, I'd like them to commit to a fully open world, and maybe rather than like, I mean, I understand also making them a bit more disconnected does give you a clean slate for each one, so you don't have to worry too much about homogenization and stuff. I would say maybe 2 open worlds. So they're much bigger than the ones in Frontiers.
2 worlds?
But I'd say 2 worlds. I'd say like maybe like your first world could
Family?
be like, the first world could be like your main city. And then your second world could be something a bit like the Egg Expo, but you could also make it layered, have an underground section to it, have like the skyscraper district, and like there's lots of grind rails up there and stuff for you to play with. And I'd also say like fucking, if they did want to do the open zone thing again, like island for island, like they did before, a great feature I think to bring back would be the future and past system from Sonic CD. So then, like, you can actually see what the past of, like, the island you're on looks like, and then, like, go change something, go hunt down all the robot generators and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you get a different future. And then maybe once you've completed the game, you get, like, a toggle for what state you want your island to be in.
I'll be honest, like, I feel like that idea would have been much cooler in Frontiers 1 because of the Ancients. Because
Definitely.
the whole point of it, I guess the whole point of it was, like, trying to, like, figure out the mystery of the island. It would have been cool if there was like a past version of
Absolutely.
the island where you actually got to fight alongside the ancients themselves and figure out like what the hell's going on. So
that's a bit of a missed opportunity.
You've got the whole cyberspaces leaking into reality thing. You could easily have the like little flashbacks to the ancients' past, which they did, but have them be playable. There's that bit where Sonic is like, whoa, these are just like these visions I had with Tukar. I'm like, well, not exactly. We got to play those. Like, rather than just watch.
Yeah, exactly.
I would also absolutely prioritize playability over cinematics as well every time. Like,
agreed.
That even extends to, like, let's say I had a choice between a bomb-ass Marza animation opening cutscene, fully CGI, or an incredible playable event. I'll take the playable event. Like, just give me something crazy of, like, maybe Sonic is, like, climbing the tallest mountain ever, but he does it in a few seconds or some shit. I don't know. Just something to display Sonic's raw power to the player from the jump would be great.
Yeah.
You need another opening like City Escape. Another one like that just is like, sets the fucking stage. Because we haven't had something like that in a while. Like, even if we're not going necessarily as iconic as City Escape. For example, I think a Podos kind of showcased a lot of like what Unleashed had to offer in terms of Sonic gameplay from the jump. Like, especially Act 2 of Windmill Isle. Like, that was a great opener for that game. We just need another great opener, because, like, lately the openers in Sonic games have been nothing special. Like, 1-1 in Frontiers is not a great way to open a Frontier.
Yeah.
I'd say Frontiers 2 even, maybe we should start it off in the open world. If that's what the game's going to be, why not just give us a limited section of that to just familiarize ourselves with, and then more of it opens up over time.
From a gameplay and game design perspective, I see why they started with the 1-1 in Frontiers, because it's like you're getting the general audience like,
and it's just like the most basic traversal as well.
Yeah, it's also like a tutorial thing, you know, and like I get it, but I'm also in agreement where it's just like if you're gonna do an open world thing, go ahead and just lead with that. Lead with the open world stuff. Yeah.
I think it works in establishing like what cyberspace is. It's a portal to a place that's not on Earth or wherever their world is, and they can go in and out. You know, I think it does a good job of like establishing what cyberspace is.
Well, another thing I wanted to throw out there as well is tutorialization is something I think Frontiers struggle with a bit, because it does kind of have quite a long slog of an opening tutorial. I think it would be cool if it offers you a chance to do the basics, but if there was like a place you could fast travel to on the map, which is like an arcade, and maybe like the arcade owner lets you go on one of the machines where he's basically made a Sonic simulator. That way you can have the characters say shit like,
A VR
press
headset.
press this button to jump, press this button.
Oh my
because that
God.
never makes sense in tutorials. And it's clear that, like,
I got it.
based on the fact they tried to explain what a question mark on the map meant last time, they clearly want to do immersion. If they want to do immersion, have a place where Sonic can go where he can simulate being Sonic, and then it will make sense for us to be hearing the commands, and it could kind of function like a tutorial room. So it's like, maybe there's a bit you're stuck on in the game, you can go to a specific tutorial room to kind of overcome that kind of thing, but maybe in this instance you have infinite rings or something, so you can actually practice at it. It'd also be cool if you had like a skate park where you could practice all the different kind of crazy shit that Sonic can do with his abilities. Just practice areas on the open zone, where like, you know,
I got a good one for like combat and stuff. It could be an area, say like you're in the city. It's an area, they give you like a VR headset. It's like, okay, this is going to explain everything. And I guess if you want to do something a little funny at the end of it, like when you're done with that tutorial, you take off the headset, realizing that you've just trashed the whole room.
That would be so funny. Also, another fucking idea you could do with that as well is, imagine he puts on the headset and everything's in the Sonic R art style.
Oh, yes.
That would be sick.
Yes.
So it still controls the same, but he's super low poly. The worlds look as kind of silly and sort of
He's a
scrunky as they do in
scrunkly.
Sonic R. Yeah, like, you just...
Are we going
and
to get
that
Jelly
could be
Roll
also-
music?
Sure. I don't see why not.
I'm
But you could
Let's
also-
around.
do it. Yeah.
You could also have, like, other arcade machines in there where you could maybe have, like, one classic Sonic level in there or something, or 3 that are, like, programmed by the Mania team. This is getting ridiculously ambitious, but I'm just thinking, like, all the fixings.
Yeah,
like, all
very
the different
ambitious.
things
Oh,
you could just
but
cram
like
in there.
that's not even like too terribly off from like what they did with like Sonic 3D Blast for the Saturn, where like the main game was made by Traveler's Tales, but the special stages were made by Sonic Team proper. So it's like they could do it. Like it's just a matter of having that vision and full sending it. Because I think the biggest problem with a lot of like the Sonic games is that they're never quite sure what to do until it's like 2 years into development, and it's like, well, shit, we're kind of like here now, you know, and like we kind of have to have something.
And they
So-
tend, and
Alternate
they tend to
idea.
not they also tend to not commit to it, like fully commit.
Yeah,
Like they'll
they kinda-
halfway commit
yeah.
and then expecting it to work, and sometimes it just doesn't. I would like to see them fully commit to an idea like that, if that is what they go with.
Well, another idea is, I think it would be cool if we could bring back special stages to obtain Chaos Emeralds again. But obviously, in the past, it was like you've got a 2D Sonic game, but the special stage experience with 3D. Why not have the special stages be 2D?
I mean, you could. I mean, isn't that what cyberspace was?
I think you're adding. I think you're adding
I'm
too many gameplay differences in it, or like too many different gameplays in it.
You're adding too many
Unless
games.
you-
The convention.
Unless
True,
you want
I
to add
suppose
the
if it's going to be mandatory, then maybe it should just stick to that uniform gameplay style.
yeah, I think consistency would really help the game out a lot. So
Then again,
I think if
Mario
you throw
Odyssey didn't really have any trouble with that, and it had mandatory 2D sections.
well, yeah, but those 2D sections were very far and few. Like they weren't like large parts of the game, or they weren't. I mean, yeah, they were mandatory, but you weren't in there for too long. You just
I mean, I
jump
was
in,
never
you
going to
get
say
like
you're
one
in
or
them for a long time. I was going
You
like,
get
they'd be
'em-
like a
you get 'em-
minute each.
yeah, but I mean, considering how like, especially with Frontiers, how that played in 3D compared to 2D. You know, you might come across some issues with that. I think we just play it safe and
But
just
then
have
look
it all
at
be
Shadow
consistent.
Generations, and I was also going to say, like, have them be pixelated, have them be kind of that sort
Have 'em
of
be-
Mania
yeah.
style.
I think we're tired
But
of the nostalgia.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, if they got to do special stages, I guess that's one way of doing it. Like, that's probably one area where I'd be okay with like 2D games.
I mean, I'd be
But-
even fine too with doing like a how like I always go back to adventure because I'm a shill for adventure, but have them like integrated into the story as like a an actual story element as opposed to just like, oh, okay, well they just happen to be here because they have to be here. Like in adventure, they were like, no, like these were like story elements that progressed everything forward, and I think that would be fine too for an open world type deal because you're already juggling so much. Just have them part of the story and have them like
you don't
matter.
hate the ideas, you hate me.
It's true.
It's true. No, no. But yeah, I mean, I kind of wish I would have wrote down like bullet points of what all we've been talking about. I guess I could just like replay the VOD whenever. But like,
There's a lot of ideas that were thrown out there, and I'm
yeah,
gonna say
there are a lot
of
of
it was just,
ideas.
like,
I got more.
I feel like
I got-
we could take all of our ideas together and just put like this solid like game concept out.
We could
Half
just
of me just wants to make this game myself. Like that's how like bad I want to
just walk
do
into
this.
Sega and be like, "Fine, we'll make it." But
Look, I've been to a GameStop or two. I know how game design works.
I know how to make games.
I'm also just saying, like, for the open zone though, I'm totally imagining like Hideki Nakamura style music for the open zone. Like lots
Definitely
of like
for
sort
the
of
city
record
stuff.
scratchy stuff. For the city stuff, yeah. Definitely.
For
I'd
the
say
city
like
stuff, that's
something a bit more
definitely like
upbeat,
Jet Set
like-
Radio. Yeah, that's definitely Jet Set Radio stuff. I think going the more ethereal route for like the forest stuff, like in
Oh yeah, makes a lot of
what is it?
sense.
Mystic Ruins and shit like that. That makes a lot of sense, and it's cool.
Oh, you know what would be great as well? If rather than the
EDM.
conventional jukebox, you had GTA style radio stations that play songs from Sonic history,
and then
you've
Sonic
actually
just
got
has earbuds on.
and you've actually got like a little radio host. And yeah, when you flick on that, you see Sonic put little earbuds on.
That's
I
funny.
love that. I love that so much. Also, EDM.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
fine
more
with
than
I'm
happy to
fine
see
with
it in there.
EDM.
Yeah,
I am
Yeah.
fine. I am fine with EDM. I think
Oops,
that is
all EDM.
okay. Oops.
Also, put fucking graffiti everywhere as well. Make Sonic a graffiti
Ooh,
artist.
let's throw in some
Jet Set
some
Radio
references to Jet Set Radio. Yeah,
There you go.
have
Yeah,
like
we're on the same
have like a
page.
random taxi off to the side. There you go, crazy taxi.
And you know I'd go wild if it had a cel-shaded art style as well.
Bring back Knight's Pinball, even if it's just the
Oh,
minigame.
man.
Knight's
What I'm
Pinball.
describing here is the most beautiful thing in the world, and I'm not going to hold it against Real Frontiers 2 if it doesn't end up like what we've just
I
described.
will.
But like,
No, it's what our ideas are like very ambitious, but it's because it's like a lot of things we would love to see, but we know that's not going to be a reality. And if Sega is somehow listening and they are planning to make this happen, thank you.
I mean, it does demonstrate the potential of this gameplay style. Like, whether you like Frontiers
Yes.
or not. Like, what we're talking about here demonstrates just how much you could do with Sonic and an open world, basically. And, like, give me a shop as well. I want to buy shit again. Like, I want
to buy my air shoes.
Not only do I want to buy shoes, I do want to buy food, and I do want to feed it to Sonic for EXP. But better yet, I want Sonic to be able to deliver it to people. What if you could fucking surprise
different-
Amy? Like, I'm just saying, like,
Oh, that-
I realize
that would
that we're
be
getting...
sweet.
I realize we're getting dangerously close to dating sim territory, but imagine if there's a bakery, you can go there, buy a fucking pastry where in the product description it says it's like maybe Amy's favorite, and if you bring it to Amy, you get an achievement and you get a reward.
Oh, what about like a temporary stat boost?
Yeah, like you could get like extra shields to put in your backpack or whatever. Like I don't.
I mean,
know.
because that's essentially the cooking mechanic in Monster Hunter. Like you cook foods and it gives you like different like stat boosts or stat increases, even if it's temporary. My other one is that since you were talking about like buying stuff, remember when they had like the like you could change the shoes, the aura, and stuff like that in Sonic Colors Ultimate. Make that just go with that, but actually have some like benefits to it rather than just visual.
It'd be awesome if you could like go to a shop, buy birdseed, go up to NPC Jet and decline his mission, but instead give him the birdseed. He just goes, "Don't patronize me." Or maybe he'll like insult you based on, like you can maybe insult characters based on what you bring them.
Oh, I kind of want that. That sounds hilarious. You just add a little bit more charm to the game because it kind of brings out their personalities, especially when they're
it's
annoyed.
completely pointless, but it's just funny. Like imagine you could buy a lump of like manure or something and bring it to Amy, and she's like, "Sonic, what is this?"
That's fucked. That's fucked, but hilarious too.
I think the main points that we made, and I'm gonna try to like list them off, and if I miss one, then just let me know. I think
Alright.
making the world feel more lived in is like
Yes.
priority. Like that was the biggest disconnect, is that you would see some structures in Frontiers. It's like, oh, did the ancients live here? And they're kind of like just nondescript areas. Like they didn't really have anything special about them. And the only time I ever got really excited was whenever I went to like the underground section in one of the islands, and I was like, oh shit, and I saw that like Zap logo, but that didn't really mean much because there was nothing else to cling on to other than it just being a cool visual. Just have the worlds feel more lived in.
I've just had one more idea. I'm so sorry. I've had one more idea.
No, go ahead.
I mentioned the store system. And I mentioned gifting things. No one would think to do this, but this would trigger a secret cutscene. You're in the final boss. You're fighting the final boss. You pause the game, select give item, and it triggers a secret cutscene of just like Robotnik or whatever. Just like, what are you doing? Get back to battle. Like, it just summons his absolute mockery.
He's like,
cool, yeah.
He's stunned for a while because like you're being super generous with something. You're giving him like a nice gift. Like, I can't hit him. I can't hurt him now. It's like, yeah. And then he kind of snaps out of it after like maybe a minute.
Maybe if you have like the right item, it can also do damage. You could buy like a ghost pepper or something, and you get like a cutscene of Supersonic forcing it into Robotnik's mouth or something. I don't know.
And it aggroes him. Like it makes him far more
like he's upset, like, and he loses some HP.
His attacks become far more chaotic.
Just build tiny little secrets into it, like that no one would really think to discover.
This is an incredibly
Just make it Undertale. Just make it Undertale. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, show mercy.
Imagine us at like a board meeting at Sega.
We'd probably be left out of the.
Yeah, they'd be like, that's absolutely impossible. That's never going to happen.
We would all be fired.
Yeah, but like
that sounds
like that's
too
the thing
good.
that
Get out.
It's like I want. I
will
just
make
want
it
the
myself.
I want the world to feel more lived in. I want it to be like an actual actual like organic like living space. Like yeah, you're still gonna see like gameplay elements. You know that's gonna be inevitable. But like I always consider like Unleashed to be a great example of like a world that feels lived in, even while you're going through the stages. Same with Adventure, but I think Unleashed did a better job at that because you saw like the NPCs like even like cheering you on as you were going.
Adventure was like
Adventure walked, yeah.
But Unleashed really nailed it on the head. Like they did such a great job with it.
I loved that they cheered you on like that, like because it really did feel like everyone had their own opinion of Sonic in that game.
Yeah, you need the one guy. I don't think he's actually that good.
Yeah. But
make it so you can buy a newspaper as well, and it like says how Sonic's been doing.
Yeah, like in the Spider-Man games or something. You know, you always see like
just
little like
Spider-Man
newspaper articles. Honestly,
yeah, but like you could have Eggman have a podcast.
He's J. Jonah Jameson in this world, like Eggman is. That's actually kind of funny.
Him,
I'll be
honest,
honest.
so I don't have to think about his penis.
It's the egg pod.
Yeah. It's it's just the Egg Robo. It's just one of them.
Set City.
Not even Eggman. Yeah. It's like welcome to Egg Set City. the Eggman podcast for the hating age.
Radio Robo.
If rather than music you decide to have a podcast on, just pay Roger Craig Smith a load of money to record hours of just Omega doing a podcast.
Oh, that would be actually fantastic.
And his agenda would just always be killing other robots, but maybe you get one episode where he talks about like flower arrangement or something. Maybe he does poetry.
He does like a quick freestyle.
Because a quick freestyle.
Like you just get random stuff. It's like, where is his personality coming from?
Have one episode where he gets Shadow on as a guest, and there's just a lot of awkward silence between them. I mean, they've done this kind of stuff with the Tails tube and the crosstalk and stuff. You see the market for it. Put it in the games as a podcast mode that you just put on.
Something like the Tails tube and crosstalk. Like if you had something like that in the games, like that would actually be.
Oh, that'd be great.
Probably super expensive to get the actors to record all that.
It would, but it would really make it feel like a complete world, you know?
It's true. We shouldn't be worrying about budget. That's for them to worry about.
Yeah, no. We can add some product placement, you know, get yourself shoes.
All we have to do is imagine. I mean, yeah, if you want to fucking add SpongeBob to it, if it means we can have all this, fucking add SpongeBob. Fuck it.
We're getting Hatsune Miku in the game.
Yeah.
You could give Sonic t-shirts. Like, he can put on a t-shirt that has, like, fucking SpongeBob on it. Like a basic bitch.
Or if you want to do, like, the bootleg versions of them. I think that's even funnier.
That would be funny.
Give him t-shirts that have like "Live, Laugh, Love" on them and stuff like that as well. Give him a bucket hat.
That would be an Amy shirt. Live, laugh, love. But the O is like a tarot card.
No, Flynn is a win. For anyone who's new, I actually don't have an issue with Ian Flynn. I don't think any of us do.
Yeah, no, that was
No,
just
none
a
of us
stupid
do.
joke. That was a stupid throwaway joke I made a couple episodes ago.
No, how
The only reason there's an image that I made of it, but I will not post it because I don't want that being weaponized.
Fair enough. Hell yeah. All right. Well, shall we move on to super chats?
I think so. I think we're there.
That whole
Okay.
podcast just flew by.
Yeah, that
Honestly,
was easy.
didn't feel
That
that long.
rolled straight off the freaking.
And
Right.
I feel like we could still like take this topic and keep going with it, but honestly, yeah, I think we should probably restrain ourselves. But
It's like
a
otherwise.
lot of
And
good-
what if we did this?
Yeah, exactly.
Honestly,
It's like,
I'm making that a video. I want to make a video on that. It's like, what is like the perfect game to like? I don't know. I got to think this one through.
what's the perfect game to make out to?
Rest in
I
peace,
figured it was
Barrel
Sonic 06
64.
just
You
because
would have
of-
loved Black Adam.
Oh my god!
Shut
Shut
up.
up! I
the
just
fuck up.
figured out what you.
Shut the fuck up, pup. We love you, but shut up.
It was a reference to the Queen
Alright.
and Dylan. What are you talking about?
No, I know.
I know.
Still shut up. Still shut up.
Fine. You know, he never actually said that. I kind of wish he did, though. That would have been hilarious marketing. I'm British. I wouldn't mind. Rest in peace, Queen Elizabeth. You would have loved Black
You would have
Adam.
loved Black Adam.
Exactly. That's what I was getting at. Yeah. What's so wrong with that?
No,
Here's
I
the
know.
thing. If we add her into the game, we got to do the thing that what was that one?
Add Queen
Peppa Pig
Elizabeth
game
into
did?
the game.
Where they has like the rest in peace and then like date of like year that she was born, year she died. They do the in memoriam thing,
I
like right
actually
after
really
the
want
segment.
a graveyard in a Sonic game. Like, not. I know we just recently had a Sonic game that was oops all graveyards, but like if we could actually just get a normal cemetery in a Sonic game, that would be so funny.
This is going to be really dark, but an emerald grave.
Yeah, and Chip, like just all these little characters, and you could
Oh.
have like
Oh
you
no!
could have like you could play as different characters, and they maybe have a little something to say at the tombstone. But if you're playing as Sonic,
Queen
it's like,
Elizabeth.
well, sad you're gone. All right, you know, like.
Queen Elizabeth would have loved Cross Worlds.
Rest in peace, Queen Elizabeth. You would have loved Sonic Racing Crossworlds.
Okay. Yeah, more spooky levels. Hell yeah, I'd be down for that.
I'd
Yeah,
be down for
spooky levels.
levels.
Great. Like honestly, like
Alright.
you didn't even like do like the whole like sewer thing like they did with Knuckles stuff.
Would add. This would be like one of a few times I would add a hat to the game. A hat that is very similar to the one that Michael Jackson had in the Smooth Criminal video.
Oh yeah.
There's
Oh,
this
yeah.
awesome. There's this like fan art that has like Sonic with like the hat on and everything. I think that would work.
I think so.
At the very least, it would look cool.
Oh yeah, it would definitely look cool.
And then you can have like a Sonic hat if you really want to. And trucker
Alright,
hats and stuff.
Just
Okay, I've got these all logged. Okay, I guess Trey, do you want to start?
yeah, just a second. Let me Oh, did not need to do that. Why is it doing that? Oh, okay. Where is Borger? Okay.
Okay, so
Is the most recent one? I'm ready.
Yeah.
Okay. Matt the Hedgehog, US $10. Thank you, Matt. Babylon Garden is peak. That's money well spent, my good friend. Nice job. Thank you.
Yes, thank you for the
So,
support.
I mean, I do want to. I want to give an update real quick on that because, like, after
Oh,
the
yeah.
last podcast, I was quite determined. The thing is, I hadn't played Sonic Riders for a hot minute, so I just played the first level like a few times and then went back to Babylon Garden, and I managed to do it actually. Like after I think there were a lot of tries and a lot of retries as well, because I am aware that you kind of do need a perfect run in order to kind of get past it. And I don't think the track is badly designed, okay? Like, I do need to make myself kind of clear, like, just for the sake of not misrepresenting myself. Like, it's very cool, it's very cinematic, that stuff's all fucking cool. Maybe it helps that I beat it and I feel a little better about it, but, like, it's the general, like, turning mechanic of Riders feels at odds with that final turn, which, to be fair, you might even bypass if you're on one of those jet streams. I think it's the kind of thing that would be absolutely bomb on, like, a challenge mode if it was set up that way. But I think for just basic story progression, they should have had it so you just have to beat Jet. You don't have to be in first place. I mean, that's what it fucking tells you anyway. It says beat Jet, but no, you have to come first. Sonic Riders is, like, there's a lot to love about it, and I think it is a game that, being as short as it is, wants you to practice it over and over again. And obviously, memorization is always an asset in Sonic games. It's always rewarding to have memorized the level a little bit. But I think with, particularly like Babylon Garden, it's the barrier of entry. And I think that kind of knocks it off balance, you know? So I don't think it's, like, inherently bad. I just also think, like, it's okay to look at the game as the product it is and just kind of say, like, I don't think this is good enough. I think it's got good stuff in there that you could reframe and recontextualize in really cool ways. But just the general product does have too steep of a difficulty spike for what it is.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you know how it is. There you go, there's the truth. Yeah, so is Babylon Garden peak? It's not fucking Eggman Land, so calm the fuck down. Right.
Eggman Land isn't that hard.
Eggman Land isn't hard, no. Like, compared to Babylon Garden, I wouldn't say Eggman Land's that tough. But, like, it's probably the toughest of the... No, I genuinely don't find Eggman Land to be that bad.
It's just very long, you know. It's exhausting just because of its level length. Yeah, and I get there are ways to play it faster. It's just whatever.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about Eggman Land is just when it's like asking you to balance on those pipes and the camera is just not on your side.
Other than
that, like, I think it has some of the best boost level design, I'd say.
I think that one did not need a fixed camera. Like, anytime that you had to balance on something, it did not need to be a fixed camera. That was just too far.
Yeah.
The drop shadow was also super fickle in that game as well.
Yeah.
I love Unleashed. I will always be Unleashed silliest soldier, but, like, I'm willing to admit that there are definitely... Like, even in what is one of my favorite Sonic levels of all time, Eggman Land, because I just... God, when you're good at it, when you get good at it, it's just a post-pounding experience, and I love that. But, okay, we'll move on to the next one. So,
was I just told to get good?
By Pup?
It doesn't... Yeah,
by Pup of all people?
By Pup of all people? I'm kidding.
Man, all right. I'm ready for YouTube retirement, I guess.
I'm trying.
Yeah, I guess so.
Mr.
Still coming back from that one.
Mr. SP, oh, look at me. I've been a member for 6 months. No one fucking cares, dude. Sends $2. Thank you very much, Mr. SP.
What the fuck, man?
No, it's just the fact that it displays how long they've been a member for. It's just like, ooh. No, in all seriousness, thank you, Mr. SP.
Oh, look at me. I'm a member.
Look, now you're doing it. So you like to think you're above me, but you're not. Anyways.
We're always above you, Pup, because you're very short.
That's not you're a little above me, Trey. That's being taller than me. Anyways. Mr. SP.
What do you mean? What do you mean above? Like, what do you think above means?
No, you're only as high as your feet are. Okay, and your feet are not above my feet.
I'm only as high as how many edibles I eat. All right.
Man, these edibles ain't shit, Trey. You're the worst plug ever. Anyways, Mr. SP says, finally back to a Friday show. I can actually watch. Yes, we're back on Fridays.
Yeah.
And maybe it will stay that way. I don't know. Like, you know, Dylan's got
at least for the foreseeable future.
Maybe. But, like, yeah, for now, it's Fridays again. I'd like it to stay that way, but obviously, like, Dylan's got some changes coming up, potentially, and I would rather, you know, move the day than lose that little bastard. So, yeah. Okay, next one, Frankenborger.
Mr. Krabs and Mr. Krabs with the $1.99 US. Wario time since it's Mario's 40th anniversary. Mario's 40th anniversaries. I think you added an apostrophe S to it.
I'm just saying, people saying, like, oh, the Virtual Boy costs too much, and Super Mario Galaxy costs too much, and I'd agree, but you guys are gonna buy 2 copies and add a tip as well. You just fucking know it. So don't even.
I am so in shock that the Virtual Boy is even a thing.
Are they really doing that stupid stand for it so you could actually have a Virtual Boy shell? Oh my god, I fucking love that.
Have you seen that? They're selling a cheaper version of it for if you don't want to pay $9.99, which is made of cardboard and it's got plastic.
I want the full experience.
Well, of course,
I want the stand, and I want it to be uncomfortable.
Nintendo are charging $30 for cardboard.
That's Labo. Like they've always done that. I'll be
that's
honest.
Labo.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, it is the funniest bit of the entire direct. Like that, I was laughing through the whole that whole
I mean,
segment.
if they can bring back the Virtual Boy, then Sega can bring back the Chow Garden or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
I didn't see, but is it possible to like just display it on a TV if that's how you want to play?
I don't know.
I don't believe so. I believe the Virtual Boy stuff is
They made it seem like it was just
handheld. Yeah, they marketed it that way, but it's like I feel like you should be able to display it on a TV, and if that's the case, I'm cool with it. I don't care about it if I want to record it.
I believe you have to get the Boy itself.
I don't want the Boy. I think the fact that it's going to probably be the only complete library for the Nintendo Switch Online is hilarious.
Yeah.
You're going to get Jack Bros on it because it's in the Japanese one.
That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah.
All right, shall we head on to the next one?
Real quick, Tellero Robot, the boxing game, that actually looks kind of cool. I heard good things about it.
All right, so the next one, Borker. I think it's Trey, isn't it? Is it Trey?
Yes.
Oh, wait, Trey did Babylon.
Yeah.
No, that was me.
No, I did Matt. I did Matt the Hedgehog. It was okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're back.
KB, US 199. Thank you, KB. Skipping Mario 3D All Stars finally paid off. I mean, I guess so. If you didn't care for Sunshine in 64.
I mean, they're gonna put Sunshine on the GameCube anyway.
And 64 is already on the Nintendo 64.
On the Nintendo 64, yeah.
Yeah, it's just a matter of time before they put the Shindo version, which is the one that we got in 3D All Stars.
And 64 is also garbage as well. I'm joking. That's a little callback.
Why does Gen Z hate Mario 64?
Mamma mia, Mario will never get laid. That was Ian that suggested all of that. Like, I take no credit for that. But it's one of my favorite thumbnails now. I was just going to change that title until it gets 1 million views. It will inevitably change again. Who knows? Maybe it won't even have a Mario title in the future. It'll just be like Sonic. It'll be the title of the video. Just be Sonic. Song kick. Okay, so Borger. KB with the $9.99. Thank you, KB.
Thank you, KB.
I like how. Fucking dare you. I like how the last crosstalk brought up Blaze being on vacation in Sonic's World, which was established in IDW. Also, Evan Stanley was the voice director of the crosstalk short. And what a great job everyone involved did. I enjoyed those crosstalks a lot, and I like how Wave is warming up to Jet's nonsense as well. I'm guessing you guys didn't see that, but...
I've only seen a few of them, but from the ones that I've seen, they're fine. They're just not the kind of thing I would go out of my way to watch. Just
we're seeing more and more track designs in these. There's like a coral place in it, and I'm just saying, like, maybe use some of these assets they've created for this in the next open zone Sonic game, because all these new locations look fantastic. Egg Expo, this coral place, that Golden Palace ass place, freaking colorful mall. They maybe they should have actually given that a name that didn't begin with a C, because Coconut Mall, Colorful Mall, whatever. But like, we've got some really cool new environments in this that I would like to see in a future Sonic. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe KB. All right, next one, Borger Frank.
Jorno with the 5 Brazilian Royales. Don't got much money, so I can't talk much, but there's a new hashtag for Sonic dubs in Brazil. Dubla Sonic for the next mainline, so share around, people, please. All right, they got a new hashtag.
New hashtag
So,
unlock Double Sonic for Brazilian Sonic dubs.
I am going to put that in the chat if you are watching on the stream. So that's what it is.
You sounded like a grandfather who's about to type on a keyboard. It's like, I'm now going to put this in the chat.
Well, no, I'm gonna put it in the chat so I can share, so that way they know, like, hey, this is how it's spelled, so
Just
you know
one
what to go
moment,
with.
just trying to find the hashtag baton. Oh, I
That's the
pressed
pound-
the wrong thing. I must delete.
That's the pound sign.
So it is. Oh my goodness. Thank goodness
Next
you're
super chat.
around, young Frank. Okay, yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna get the dog whistle.
Borger.
All right, my turn.
Yeah.
Mr. Krabs with $199. Thank you. SF2 for me, expand the ancients and Echidna lore. I think Echidna lore, if I had to choose.
Yeah, I would go with Echidna lore. I think the ancients have kind of like wrapped itself up as nice of a bow as it possibly can.
Introduce new
Yeah,
ones,
kinda like-
and rather than being made of water, they're made of milk.
Maybe
No,
they have the compass.
Okay,
God
no.
damn
Why can't milk just be milk anymore? Why does it always have to go? Imagine
that's
wait
not
a
what we were
minute.
going. That's not what he's going for. Jeez.
No, imagine you're
no,
in like
what
a
are you
chaos.
talking
No,
about?
but remember what I mentioned about like using items earlier. Imagine you're in like a boss fight against chaos, and you go to use item, and you've got a straw, and you just drink him.
Okay.
Is that cool?
You know he's still got a brain, right?
That's a little bit too goofy for me. Yeah.
You know he's still got a brain, right? He still has like solid parts in him.
That's
Yeah.
for the Bubsy playable
Um,
DLC.
I mean, like, if you ever lose, like, but here's the thing, like, in the Sonic game, like, if you ever lose your way, you could just use the compass.
That's what I keep saying. That's what I
Borger.
keep saying.
So KB with once again with the $1.99. Thank you, KB.
I won't use the compass.
I
Wait, no,
wonder
that's
if
not 99.
Amy
That's 999.
will- 9.99.
Yeah, it's
What did I
$9.99.
say?
Yeah.
What did I say?
You said
What did I say?
199. You said
Did I?
199.
Oh,
Yeah, you
okay,
Yeah,
sorry
I think
about
you
that.
read. I think you
$9.99.
misread it.
No, you underpaid, KB. You need to pay the rest. So that'll be $8, please, bozo. So I wonder if
Wow.
Amy will have a bigger role next game as a way to promote the fourth movie. Maybe like that. I mean,
That'd be a good idea.
like, the year of Amy.
If they were smart,
could be
they
a
would do it.
thing.
And
I
Metal
don't
Sonic.
think
But
so.
she's meant to be
I don't
going
know if-
far away, being polyamorous
Please.
and shit, spreading her love around the
Please.
world.
She needs to. She needs you to follow her through the inside, outside, and through the stratosphere.
That's what I keep saying.
I
But
hate. I
what
hate
did
that
you get
so
in
much.
your test? Oh, Mrs. Krabappel!
What do you say?
It was a Martin Prince from The Simpsons impression, I guess.
Oh right, yeah, because he had that Martin Prince delivery.
Yeah.
Inside,
Why is she all of The
outside,
Simpsons?
through the
Okay.
stratosphere.
I want to play Sonic Heroes again
Why would you want to do that, Frank? Burger is
because it's good.
Sure thing,
'Cause-
buddy.
Sonic Heroes is good.
Yeah, it is such a
Anyway.
well-made game, very polished.
Fine, Mr. Krabs with the $4.99 US. Homer, hey guys, have you seen my sandwich? Is it Pito? Start to
Yes.
attack Gromit. Wallace. Homer, get the catnip now. Homer, never mind. And Homer walks away.
I like how it began. Like at the start, there was the beginnings of a potential Homer impersonation, but it just kind of stopped like a microsecond.
No,
in.
that's not.
I could hear you
I
just
can't-
lower the octave just slightly at first, and then like, nah.
No.
No, I had to burp for a moment. I was holding that in.
Sure thing, buddy. All right. Thank you, Mr.
I'm not a
Krabs,
voice.
Krabs.
I'm not a voice actor. Okay, I'm not talented like other people. I don't have that kind of
Fucking
talent, so I can't do
fire
a voice.
Voice directors. Borger.
You know what? I could do like
Hey.
voice acting from like really shitty '90s video game cutscenes. Probably. I don't know.
What, just like the...
No.
Like that.
No, I was thinking like the early 3D. I was thinking we're all just banjo characters.
Yeah. All right. So, Mr. Krabs, $4.99 for Sonic Frontiers 2. Why not have different characters take the place of Amy, Tails, and Knuckles? Like, why not have Tangle, Whisper, or Shadow, or Blaze? I think
That would fuck.
I think
Give me Silver.
I think Blaze I think a Blaze like a like side story or like a Blaze like companion piece or something.
Procure
would be
the
very
weed.
Cool.
Submission.
Peculiar weed.
No, procure it. You are Blaze the cat. You must procure. To the dispensary.
That sounds like a
What
silver
great
mission.
idea.
The dispensary.
No, he just peels off like a cellophane version of his little pot leaf on his head and throws it at her.
Insane. Insanity.
The Resident
Like
Evil
in
ass
Superman
voice
2.
acting. There you go. I could do that.
Blaze.
That'll be my voice acting quality. I'll start saying like, "Oh, you almost became a Jill sandwich" and shit like that.
You know what Dylan
You
would say if
almost
he were here?
became
He'd go, great!
Yeah, he actually would.
Yeah.
He's
he
good
would.
at that.
He'd do it way better than I could. He's a good Silver.
Yeah.
Someday a very smart person will cast him in Silver as something, whether it's for just a
Or
small cameo or something.
If there's anybody doing like any kind of animation or something that needs a silver voice actor,
Well, no, like that could be the case, but only the smartest person in the world would think to do that. So, like,
that's true.
yeah.
Yeah, true.
Is it
It's
me
Trey.
you're looking for?
Wait,
No,
no.
no, I
Oh yeah, no, it's Pop. It's
Yeah,
Pop.
it's me.
My bad.
Okay, so Oz Productions. Oz with the 5 gabagool, you motherfucker, says, my one thing, get rid of the slide and give that button to the roll. Yep, fuck yes. People like the spin dash more than the slide. I just want the spin dash. And the spin dash could do the same thing as the slide as well. Get under low places. But as it is, the slide did nothing. Nothing in Frontiers. So, like,
It
yeah.
did very little, and you can even
Put the-
use the
really
mama.
I don't. I get it, but I don't like it. You know. Okay, next one, Borger Frank. Thank you, Oz Productions. Frank, and you're up.
Let's see. Joe Madri with the $5 US. Enough time has passed. Time to bring back bi-yearly main series games. Nothing could go wrong. I don't know about that one.
It's not June anymore, just regular yearly, normal yearly. Thank you very much.
Fuck off. Such a dumb joke.
Thank you, Joe Madre. Stupid. Borger.
You're so dumb for that one.
I think it's you, Trey.
Okay, give me a
Alright.
second.
Trey, you need to be immersed.
Sorry, Mr. Krabs, $199 US. Have the boss be ancient animal based on the map. I look, as someone who loves Power Rangers, some like animal based like Megazord type shit would be awesome. Like that would be cool.
Megazoid?
Megazoid.
Megazord, my bad.
We gotta-
Megazord.
Yes, my
gotta-
favorite mentor character, Zoidon.
Zoid.
sounds
I'm
like
sorry,
Dr. Zoid.
okay? I'm
He's
sorry.
just Dr. Zoid, like, Rangers, you've come back to
I-
the control center. Look, it's Alpha
I would love that
5.
actually. I would unironically love that.
Not Zordberg.
Holy
Zordberg.
shit, Zordberg, what's going on here? Ah, so the Rangers have come, it seems.
The darkness is your ally.
You thought darkness is your ally. I was born in the dark. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Thank you, Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs. KB Borger, who's up? Is it me? Is it Trey? Is it Frank? I think it's me, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's you.
Okay, KB with the $9.99. Thank you, KB. I'm going to be very serious with how I read this. I think the next game should refine Tails, Amy, and Nux's moveset. Their playstyle in Final Horizon was a bit rough, particularly with Knuckles. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, like refine it up a little, definitely.
Yeah, please do.
Amy's needs the least refining, I think. Amy's is actually really solid, but like, yeah,
I would
Tails
just use
has
the
an
Pico
infinite
Pico
jump
hammer a
glitch.
little more often.
And Knuckles, yeah, definitely used more of the Pika Pika hammer. And Knuckles, yeah, like the gliding, I think they actually did a really nice job with in the end with the patch. But the
when they patched it, it was much better.
The climbing needs so much work.
Just turn him into Donkey Kong from Bonanza. There you go,
You need
done,
to make
solved.
so that if I jump while climbing, it's not going to push me back several thousand fucking feet. And secondly, here's another thing you need to do. Make it so that the camera doesn't influence the controls while I'm midway through controlling him, because it just gets really squirrely. Also, I'd like it if he could actually connect to more surfaces too. Not just like, the designated ones. I mean, Dream Team
the ones
does a
that
better job.
The ones that were like blatantly labeled as like, oh, please climb here, you know?
This is the one for you to climb, mister. Yeah.
And if you hit this one, you'll bounce back.
Come on, you knew what you were doing. You were doing that.
I know exactly what I was doing. Yeah, because I saw your stupid post earlier about like, Sunset City Bingo.
You can't, no, you're not supposed to see that. You're not supposed to ever see that.
It's almost like I'm subscribed to our own show.
That's so arrogant and egotistical. You subscribe to your own show.
Hey, I've been subscribed since before I was brought on as like as a permanent host. Okay.
You didn't even know Sunset City existed until I told you about it.
How do you think I got on the show? I got on the show as a guest, and then you're like, "Oh, hey, would you want to be on the show like as a permanent host?"
Got
like,
on the show as a guest because we all played Fortnite together, and we made lots of
and then
Family Guy references.
And then I subscribed, and I kept listening to the episodes, and then I was brought on, and then I didn't listen to the episodes as much because I don't like hearing myself.
Alright, very fucking. Oh, okay. So to get your listenership back, I have to fucking delete you, do I?
I gotta be fired from the show.
Gotta be fired. Alright, I got it. Get that. Let's get that next one.
That done?
Alright.
Is it Trey? I think it's Trey. Is it me?
No, I think it's me this time.
Oh, wait, no,
KB
it's
KB with $1.99 US. Also add character missions a la Color DS or Colors DS. I'm not familiar with Colors DS, so I'm gonna need somebody to explain that one. Oh.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Okay.
Live.
All right then. This is the bounce back. Live.
All right. They kind of worked a bit more like, say, the challenge gates in Sonic Generations in a way. So it's not 100% how I'd like it to be, but
then, yeah, absolutely.
All right, Borger, Trey.
All right. Mr. Krabs, 199 US. Thank you, Mr. Krabs. Also, Sega, get a do to do one of the games too. Who's a do?
Well, Scooby-Doo can do-do, but Jimmy Carter is smart. There's your Simpsons reference. There's another one for the bingo card.
Thank you.
Anyways, you, Mr. Krabs. I don't.
Thank you, Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs.
Thank you.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I mean, to be fair, that's just a fucking constant, isn't it?
Yeah, Mr. Krabs, Mr. Krabs. We don't know what he's talking about. That's crazy.
Borger. So, Mike1911 with the $4.99. Thank you, Mike. I want a thing that allows me to track down collectibles easily, like something I get near the end of the game, and not an overabundance. Okay, so like kind of like the Riddler trophy map from the Batman Arkham series, where it kind of tells you where it is, kind of, but also like you still have to do a little bit of work to get it.
You still got to work for it. It's not going to just like hand it to you. Okay, yeah,
that could be neat.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
All right.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
And then
Burger Franken.
Then we got KB with the $1.99 US. Sonic bounce back. Yeah, this is the bounce back. Watch Sonic, y'all.
Sonic, y'all. This is the bounce back. And that
I threw the pin. I pulled the pin out the grenade on purpose before I threw it. I bit off more than I could chew.
And then I chew it.
And then I chew it.
Well, the skeleton's here, so that means that it is time to end the episode. So, Trey, what are you up to?
Well, like I said, I finished the script for my video, so now it's just voiceover and editing it down. It's pretty ambitious, but I hope I can have that at least before Expo Dallas. My music's also done. I've been kind of like pseudo teasing that on Twitter a little bit, and that'll just be more.
I feel like just teasing itself is a pseudo action.
Well, it's like no one really knows besides like the people I've told like what it is yet. But like once I finally start actually posting like snippets of like the music video I've been working on, then like I feel like people are gonna be more excited about it. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff about to happen pretty soon.
would a pseudo teaser be like just teasing a tease?
I don't know. Is it coming? Who fucking knows? Like, have kind of that mentality that might be releasing something.
Ado is a singer. Watched One Piece. Film read to hear her work. Oh, okay. That's who you're referring to.
All right. So Franken, what are you up to?
Well, I'm still working on 2 different videos. One of them is the Sonic Crossworlds video. I procrastinated really hard on that one. Only because like I was like, oh, you know what? I'll work on this video, and I end up finishing a different one completely. That is the follow-up to Donkey Kong Without Defeating an Enemy. There's a lot that I've learned from when that video released, and then aside from that, I'm going to be streaming, do some streaming on my YouTube channel and my Twitch channel. And later today, I'm going to be playing some 8-bit Sonic games as a part of. I'm doing this whole thing where it's like I'm playing as many Sonic games as I can. Hopefully, all of them to at the very least beating the game. I know some of them might be very difficult to do, like I don't know, 8-bit Mean Bean Machine or something. But I'm gonna give it my best. And I've been calling it all these heckin' Sonic games. Like that's
Fun.
like what they've all been called.
And is that tonight?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be within the next 2 hours.
Oh, so you don't want to hang out with the boys after the show? I see how it is.
I'm down to hang out for a little bit, but it's like I still have to set up
I
my
hate
stream.
all of you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I guess you're not
Man,
gonna be hanging out with the boys after the show, Franken.
If only you knew.
Franken.
Franken.
I could just leave,
boys after
I
the
could
show.
go. I've already.
Franken.
Yes,
I've shared my shit already. I could leave. I could just leave this call right now.
I don't know why you hate us all, Franken.
All right, I definitely need to also play
I could leave right now. Like I've already shared my shit. I've done my work. I'm good. What are you up to?
I farted. I shared my shit and I farted. Yeah.
I've got more shit I'm working on over on the channel. That's it for tonight's Pup Direct. Join us next week where we'll be interviewing Cheetan, Japan's crazy mascot, all about being the final DLC in the Sonic Crossworlds DLC roadmap. Be there or be square. Yeah. Good night, everybody.
Good night.